Hello, how are you? I'm a little tired. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is June 12th, 2023. It's on Monday, and it's rainy. How are you spending Monday? Are you tired or fine? Do you hate the Monday the most? Or do you like the Monday the most? Nowadays, I lessen the volume of caffeine I take in a day. Nowadays, I have decreased the amount of caffeine I take from coffee in a day. Do you have a faith in something religion? Do you have a faith in something in religion? Some people have the faith in cleaning toilets before going to buy lottery. Do you have similar faith or ritual? Faith in something faith in something, faith in something, faith in something religion, faith in something religion, faith in Shintoism, faith in Buddhism, faith in Christianity, and so on. Faith in animism, faith in Shintoism. When my friend told many lies in a row, I lost faith in him. I decided not to get in touch with him. When my uh, previous friend told many lies in a row, I lost faith in him. When his corrupt was made public, I lost trust in him, as well as many fans. I lost faith in you. I don't want to lose faith in you. A series of corruptions by him led to the fans losing faith in him. Any corruptions can be risky of fans or sponsors losing faith in you or entity. When the wrongdoings in the company were made public, the customers lost faith in the entity company. The customers lost faith in the company. The customers lost faith in the company. I lost faith in the celebrity when her wrongdoings were made public. Telling a lie is one of the causes why people lose faith in you. Telling a lie is one of the causes why people lose faith in someone. All of the employees in my department can be faithful to the direct superiors, but not CEO and executives. Faithful. All of the employees in my department are faithful to the directors, direct seniors, but not CEO and board of the directors. Faithful. 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 Are you faithful to your direct boss? Are you faithful to your boss? Are you faithful to your direct boss? I can be faithful to my duty, which is my interest, but not to the subject I'm not interested in. So I really respect those who can work on the duty which are not their interests. I cannot be faithful to the subjects which are not my interests. I cannot be faithful to the subjects, working on the subjects which I don't have the interest in. My grandmother is very faithful to chant the Buddhist sutra every day. Faithful. 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 I can only be faithful to the subjects which I am interested in. I can be faithful to only the subjects which I have the interest in. I can be faithful to only the subjects I am interested in. Faithful. Some employees are faithful to the work only in front of the bosses. Some employees are only faithful to the work in front of the boss. Some employees are faithful to the work only in front of the boss. Some employees are faithful to the duty only in front of the boss. Faithful. Are you a faithful to a rock band? As well as you, I am also the faithful of the band. I, as well as you, am the faithful to the rock band. The faithful. I am also the faithful to the rock band. There are some faithful. There are many faithful. There are many faithful to a particular YouTuber, famous YouTuber, celebrity, and so on. There are some faithful to famous YouTubers, influencers, celebrities, and so on. I can be loyal to working on the duties which I have the interest in. So I really respect those who can be loyal to the duties which they don't have the interest in. Loyal. Are you loyal to your boss? Are you loyal to working on the duty? Are you loyal to your parent? Are you loyal to your teacher? Are you loyal to your seniors? Are you loyal to your superiors? Are you loyal to the duty, work, job, study? Are you loyal to learning? 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 I used to be only loyal to playing video games, not to studying. I was so loyal to playing video games only. I was so into video games. I was loyal to playing video games a lot and not to studying or going to school. I was never be loyal to studying until I became junior high school student or high school. I was never be loyal to studying until when I entered junior high or high school. I was never be loyal to studying. I was never be loyal to studying. My music teacher often told me to be loyal to the music sheet. and play as it is. My music teacher often told me to be loyal to the music sheet. My music teacher often told me to be loyal to the music sheet and not make a mistake. My music teacher often told me to be loyal to the sound played by me more. My music teacher often told me to be loyal to the sound which is played by me more. My music teacher often told me to be loyal to the sound played by me more carefully. Are you loyal to the orders issued by your boss? Are you loyal to the orders issued by your boss? Are you loyal to the orders issued by your boss, presented by your boss? I cannot work on the duties which I don't have the interest in. So I really respect those who can work on the duties which they don't have the interest. My music teacher often told me to look at the music sheet more faithfully. The museum reproduces the scene and atmosphere of the era faithfully. I've been interacting with English study faithfully since I was 12 or 11. Faithfully. I can work on the subjects which I have the interest in faithfully only. I can work on the duties which I have the interest in only faithfully. I can work on only the duties which I have the interest in faithfully. Be punctually faithfully. Arrive at the destination at least 2 hours before the departure faithfully. Meet the mission faithfully. All of the students listen to carefully what the teacher explaining faithfully. All of the students in the class listen to the lecture carefully and faithfully. Working on the duty faithfully can be assessed more than the speed. Working on the duty faithfully taking more time can be assessed better than the speed. The employee never fails to carry out the mission ordered by his boss faithfully. The employee is known for meeting everyone's expectations by working on the orders by everybody faithfully. The employee is known for meeting everyone's expectations by working on the duties issued by everybody faithfully. The employee is known for working on the duty faithfully. The employee is known for carrying out any missions faithfully. 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 The game console reproduces the nature so faithfully beyond my description. The recent video game console reproduces the scenery so faithfully enough to surprise me. Faithfully. I can only carry out the missions faithfully related to my interests. I can only carry out the duties faithfully, which I am interested in. Faithfulness. Faithfulness in work can be evaluated better than the speed in some department. It depends on the type of value the bosses have. Faithfulness in the work or duty are sometimes more evaluated than the speed or efficiency. Faithfulness in the work are sometimes or frequently more evaluated than the speed or skill. Faithfulness, faithfulness, faithfulness. Faithfulness to the duty. Faithfulness to the orders issued by boss. Faithfulness to your superiors. Faithfulness. Faithfulness to the sound played by me. Improving the faithfulness to the sound played by me. Faithfulness in you. Faithfulness in you. Faithfulness. 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 faithfulness to study, faithfulness to learning, faithfulness to learning, faithfulness to learning, faithfulness to learning. I have the faithfulness to learning only my interested subjects. Faithfulness to the study, faithfulness to studying, faithfulness to working on the duties issued by your boss, my boss. Faithfulness. Faithfulness to the work are sometimes or frequently assessed, evaluated better than the speed or skill. Faithfulness, 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 faithfulness to the work, faithfulness to the duty, faithfulness to meeting the missions, faithfulness to playing the sound, faithfulness to the sound played by me, faithfulness to the sound played by me. Faithfulness to the lecture, faithfulness to the lecture, faithfulness to the work are often evaluated better than the speed or skill. Faithfulness, 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 faithfulness. The employee is evaluated well because of his faithfulness to the work without making any mistakes. The employee is evaluated well thanks to his faithfulness to the duty without making a mistake. Faithfulness. Faithless. Who can be trusted in faithful person, faithful people? Who can be trusted in? Who can put trust in faithful people? Faithful people. Who can put trust in faithful people? Who can put trust in faithful person? Faithless. Faithless. I can't leave the mission to the faithful person. Faithless person. Faithless person. Faithless. I cannot leave the important responsible duty to a faithless person. Faithless person. Faithless. 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 Working on the duty which I am not interested in is one of the reasons why I am faithless. Being faithless has some factors behind it. Being faithless has some reasons behind it, such as not interested in that, no motivation, and so on. I can only be faithful to the subject I am interested in. Otherwise, I will be faithless. Faithless. I am faithless to the subject which I don't have the interest in. I can be faithless to working on the duties which I am not interested in. Faithless, 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 faithless. Faithless, 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 faithless. A glass of water I'm drinking. Faithless. Are you faithless to study? I used to be faithless to learning at school. I used to be faithless to learning at school until I became a junior high school student at the age of 12. I was faithful to doing my homeworks issued from a teacher at school. I used to be faithless to doing homeworks, study activity, and so on at school. I was so faithless to studying, learning at school. I was so faithless to learning, doing homework, and so on until I became 12 or 13. I was so faithless to doing homeworks, learning, and anything at school. I felt everything at school tiring, hard, except for lunchtime. Faithless. Faithless. I used to be so faithless to learning at school, except for lunchtime. I was so faithless to every subject in school, at school, except for physical education and lunchtime. The grounds of the shrine is regarded as sacred. Sacred. I sometimes feel like feeling sacred atmosphere, so I sometimes feel like going somewhere where there are no people, in the middle of the mountain and so on. The view from the top of Mount Fuji was so sacred, which is beyond description. Sacred. I sometimes find sacred writings put in the drawers in a hotel room. Sacred writings. Sacred writings. I sometimes find the sacred writings in the drawer of the hotel room. But as soon as I tried reading, I stopped reading because it is usually very thick and with very difficult terms. Have you read the sacred writings? Have you read sacred writings? Have you read sacred writings? Have you read sacred writings? I sometimes find the sacred writings in a drawer of the hotel room, which usually carry very difficult terms, and usually the book is usually very thick, which discouraged me from reading. Discouraged me from reading. Sacred writings. Have you read sacred writings? I sometimes find the sacred writings in the drawer of the hotel room. It is usually very thick and with very difficult words. So on reading the sacred writings, I stop reading. immediately, in no time, at no time, soon, shortly. Sacred writings. The spirit of the dead is enshrined in the shrine secretly. The ritual was performed secretly. The ritual was performed secretly. The ritual was conducted secretly. The ritual was conducted secretly. The ritual was conducted secretly. The ritual of rebuilding the house for the god is conducted every 20 years secretly. The ritual was conducted secretly. 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 The ancestors' grave are put in the cemetery secretly. The ancestors' graves are placed in the cemetery secretly. The tourist spot still retains the sacredness from ancient times. I sometimes feel like feeling the sacredness. I felt the sacredness of Mount Koya. Sacredness. The tourist spot still retains the sacredness of the past period. The tourist spot still remains the sacredness of the ancient times. Sacredness. I felt such huge sacredness on the top of the Mount Fuji. It's beyond description. It's beyond the reach of my description. So I want you to see and feel the sacredness. 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 Keep it sacredness. Keep it sacred. Keep it sacred. The constant prayer and faith by the believer, devoter, keep the ritual sacred. Sacredness. The atmosphere of the mountain, covered with the sea of clouds, looked so sacred. The sea of the mountains, covered with the sea of clouds. The sea of clouds was so sacred. The view of the mountains covered with the sea of clouds looked so sacred. Sacredness. 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 When my wife is in good spirits, I tend to ask for a favor. When, when your wife or husband is in good spirits, do you ask for something special? For example, when you buy a car or something expensive, you need to consult with your wife or your husband or mother or father when you buy something expensive. My spirit hasn't been changed since when I was 12. Spirit. Improve my spirit. Strong spirit. How can I improve my spirit? How can I grow stronger spirit in me? Do you know how to strengthen my spirit, especially when I'm faced with difficulties? How can I have the strong spirit to overcome difficulties? Do you know any ideas or methods to grow strong spirit, which is very strong enough to overcome difficulties, predicaments, hardships, and so on? How can I improve? How can I strengthen my spirit in order to overcome difficulties, predicaments, mayhem, chaos, hardships, and so on? Are you in high spirits today? Are you in high spirits? Or are you in low spirits? I was advised not to talk to the superior when he is in low spirits. I was advised not to talk to the senior colleague when he is in low spirits. He tends to put a lot of burden on us when he is in low spirits. I was advised not to talk to the senior colleague when he is in low spirits. Otherwise he will put a lot of burden on us. I was advised not to talk to the senior colleague. Otherwise he will put a lot of burden on us. Are you in low spirits or in high spirits? Are you in high spirits or in bad spirits? Are you in high spirits or in low spirits? When I'm in good spirits, I tend to sing. I drink a cup of coffee to become in good spirits, thanks to the effect of the caffeine. Caffeine can makes me feel better, and which help me to be in good spirits. A cup of coffee, virtually the caffeine helps me become in good spirits, high spirits. A cup of coffee, actually, the ingredients such as caffeine help me be in good spirits, and help me in high spirits. A cup of coffee help me be in good spirits, high spirits. A cup of coffee help me be in high spirits. A cup of coffee, actually the caffeine, helps me be in good spirits, high spirits. Are you in high spirits? Are you in high spirits or low spirits? Some people will be in low spirits when it is raining. On the other hand, while others will be uh, will be in high spirits when it is raining. Which character do you have? And some people are in high spirits when it is sunny. On the other hand, while others are in low spirits when it is sunny, and even have migraines and so on. I have a friend who has migraine whenever it is sunny. We can know whether the boss is in high spirits or low spirits by looking at the expression on his face and attitude. We can know whether the boss is in good spirits or bad spirits by looking at the expression on his face and attitude. I can know whether my boss is in high spirits or low spirits by looking at his face and attitude and the tone of voice. What strategies or something like that do you use usually when you are in low spirits for a reason? Are there any good strategies to release stress when you are in bad spirits, when you are in low spirits? Which strategies do you usually use when you are in low spirits to release the stress and so on? To release the stress and so on, to alleviate, relieve, get rid of, release the stress. When you are in low spirits, when you are in low spirits. Shouting might be one of the treatments to release stress when we are in low spirits, but shouting in public is not good. Shouting in a karaoke room or anti-sound room will be okay. A cup of coffee helps me to be in high spirits. A cup of coffee helps me to be in high spirits. A cup of coffee helps me be in high spirits. A cup of coffee helps me be in high spirits. Her smile made me be in high spirits. Her smile, her a lot of smile made me be in high spirits. Made me be in high spirits. The bonuses issued twice a year will make the employees be in high spirits. The bonuses, which are issued twice a year, will make the employees in high spirits. Are you in high spirits or low spirits? Are you in 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 low spirits? Low spirits or in high spirits? I saw an employee in the company when he is in good spirit and when he is in high spirits. He talked to a stranger he didn't know. For example, an employee from a different department in the dining room. I saw an employee from another department talking to a stranger he didn't know from a different department when he was in good spirits, when he was in high spirits. When you were sad, I also become in sad spirits. Are you in a good mood? I become also in good spirits. Mm. The technology is developing on a large scale, on a rapid pace, on a more rapid pace than I think. Do you have something tendency to do? Do you have the tendency to do something when you are in high spirits? There must be some features or characteristics they do when they are in good spirits. For example, cleaning, wiping the window, or unfolding the box and so on. Or removing ISO. I used to have a friend who used to get rid of a door when he was in high spirits and set it up again. I think there must be unique character to do something unique when they are in good spirits, when they are in high spirits. I suppose there must be original things to be done by people when they are in high spirits. I presume that there must be unique things which are done by people when they are in high spirits. I suppose that there must be their original things to do when they are in high spirits. I predict everyone has their own strategies to release their stress when they are in low spirits. I'm sure that there are original ways of strategies to release stress when they are in low spirits. I think there must be their own features expressed in front when they are in high or low spirits. I'm sure there must be a couple of features expressed in front when they are in high spirits or low spirits. I'm sure that there must be unique signs expressed by the person when he or she is in high or low spirits. Such as smiling might be the sign of the person being in a good spirits, and frowning on the expression of his or her face might be the sign of the person being in low spirits. I think there are some features expressed on face when they are in good or low spirits, high or low spirits, in high or low spirits, in high 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 spirits, in low spirits, in low spirits, in low spirits. I think there must be signs expressed on the face or attitude when they are in low or high spirits. There must be signs on the expression of her or his face when they are in high or low spirits. There must be signs expressed on the face of the person when he or she is in low spirits or high spirits. Are you in high spirits today? I think many people will be in high spirits on the Friday night and feel sad and will be in low spirits on Sunday's night. I think many people will be in high spirits on the Friday's night and will be in low spirits on the Sunday's night. Is it applicable to you? Can it be said to you too? I think many people will be in high spirits on Friday's night and in low spirits on Sunday's night. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you!